My name is Nate Boley, and 20 years ago, strength training changed the course of my life. I built a gym here in Bend, Oregon from scratch that's helped over 1,500 people change their lives as well through strength training. If you want to change your life, head over to benstrengthwarehouse.com, hit the Start My Journey button, and let's chat. All right, guys, we'll see you there. Hey guys, welcome back to the Go Heavier, Go Home podcast. I am your host, Nate. You can find me on Instagram at coach_sensei1. Would love for you guys to take this podcast and screenshot it, put it on your story, and tag me in it, because that's the way I know if this podcast is actually reaching the listeners and then they're liking it, the content that I'm making. So if you like this content that I'm making, please do that for me so I know to keep making more stuff like this. If not, I feel like I'm just throwing stuff at the wall and screaming into the wind if you want to call it that. Anyway, today I wanted to talk about a couple of things that I've seen in the last 20 years of my fitness journey and 7 years as a fitness instructor and coach or gym owner. So I want to talk about like the summer slump and people like, it happens every single summer. I can go back at least 10 years with data and show you guys that like a huge percentage of our of gym members and fitness goers drop off on the summertime. And I get it. I do something similar. Now I still stay pretty consistent, but my mind is not always on the gym, and it's not always on getting to the next level or whatever. And that's okay. I'm not trying to say that you guys are demonizing you guys or whatever for doing that, because I get it. The sun's out. You've been 4 to 6 months inside, cold, rainy, snowy, wherever you live. There's some things that like, man, you just want to get out and do some stuff and be in the sun and go hike the mountains and go swim in the lakes and go camping and go to, outdoor, music venues and stuff like that. I get it. There's not enough time to do everything in the day, and everything changes in the summertime. So don't get me wrong. I understand. The biggest thing I want to, reiterate is that it's completely normal to fall off track during these times. But to do your best to keep on getting in and doing something so you're not letting the ball roll back. So many clients I've seen and people that I've known over my course of my year, not just with our gym, but just people that I've met that have gone to the gym, they just let everything kind of go to crap. They're drinking too much, they're barbecuing too much, they're not working out, they're sleeping in, they're staying out late, stuff like that. And they're just letting the ball not just stand still, but letting it roll back. And they have this in their mind like, oh, I'll go back in fall and everything's just going to be the way it was when I left in June or May or whenever it was. And that's just absolutely not the case. But I want you to not feel bad about yourself, because this isn't like a you thing. It's a huge majority of our society. And it's just, hey, party on the weekends, party in the summertime, go to the lake, don't do anything, kind of just chillax, do whatever. But, maybe try next summer, because we're out of summer now, to just draw back on what you're doing in the gym and for your fitness, and not necessarily just like cut it all off. Because I see it a lot, and I have a lot of conversations in May and June. People are like, hey, I'm going to cancel for the summer, I'll come back. And then they don't come back. They don't come back for like a year or maybe like 6 months. And they're like, every time they do come back, because 99% of our clients that, leave for whatever reason, they come back because, we're one of the best gyms in Bend in Central Oregon. We did actually get best fitness facility in 2024. And we stay on top of our clients that have paused or canceled or whatever, making sure that they're just getting to the goals that they want to and staying committed to themselves. That's the biggest thing, right? We're here for you guys, and we want to make sure that you guys are getting to the goals that you told us you wanted to. And it's funny, a lot of times I when I'm in a no sweat intro with a client and they tell me, hey, I kind of fall off here and there, and I do this and I do that. I'm like, okay, well, hey, what do you want me to tell you specifically when you are trying to fall off the wagon in your mind, what will trigger you to know that, hey, we've had this conversation and I know you're going to do this? What do you want me to tell you that's going to help trigger your mind so you don't do that? And they tell me all sorts of ridiculous things, and I write it down, I put it in their file, and when they tell me they want to pause or cancel for the summer, I use that weapon against them because they told me I could, and about 80% of the time it doesn't work, and sometimes it does. It just depends on kind of where your mindset is and all that type of stuff. But it's completely normal. I don't want you to feel guilty, but you definitely have, if you did not work out all summer or you like dropped back on what you're doing, the ball did roll backwards, and that's okay. I challenge you next year to try not to do that, but if as long as you come back and you continue to do something, that's all that really matters, right? Now summer's over. It's mid-September, and this is a time of the year where our gym specifically, I don't know about any other gyms because I don't have their data, but our gym does very well. We sign up a lot of new members, and it comes to the point where we end up hiring more people, which is great. I love it. And a lot of people are just very dedicated to getting back in the gym. The sun's going down earlier. It's coming up later. It's colder. Like today, I think it's only like, I don't know, 65 degrees outside and windy and a little bit rainy, and you're not going to want to be outside doing too many things, right? But now that it's over, now summer's over, it's time to get back on the routine. And don't worry, we've got some stuff and some things set aside for you coming into this September and October month that's going to help you get back on track. And again, we've designed this specifically because we're really smart and we know what's going on in the industry, and we're very much prepared. So we've done a couple of things. This is where Strength Warehouse really steps in, and we offer programs designed to help you get back into the routines, reestablishing healthy habits, and finishing out the year strong, going into 2025 strong. A lot of times I see people, like I said, backtracking a little bit, they'll pause or cancel their fitness and health memberships and stop doing everything over the summer, and all in good intentions. They're like, hey, I'm gonna just go to a bunch of barbecues, I'm vacationing, I'm doing this and that, all good. But then they fail to come back in the time that they said they were going to. Like, we try to reestablish, hey, when are you going to be back on track? When are you going to do that? Oh, September 1st. Okay, cool. Sometimes we don't see them until January. And we're like, man, you took a lot of time off. And now you got to redo your foundations because you haven't done anything for 8 months, 9 months, something like that, maybe 10 months. The ball's rolling way back. But we're offering some stuff so you don't do that. So the first one I want to talk about is our nutrition challenge coming up, our fall nutrition challenge. It's pretty awesome. It's a jump start on your nutrition, saying, hey, we get it. You went and barbecued and partied all summer long, and this is not a stringent crash diet, blah, 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 blah. It's really about building healthy eating habits now versus waiting till January, where everybody and their mother says, I'm going to get on a fitness kick in January. Almost everybody. The problem with that is, if you're going to do it, you might as well do it today and not tomorrow, right? So we're really, really highlighting how small, consistent changes can lead to long-term success. And I'm not trying to say that you're not going to fall off the wagon. Like, during the summertime, I went out barbecuing, I went out drinking, blah, 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 blah. I went out, camping, all that type of stuff. I'm not immune to this either. I just know how to mitigate it better, and I've stayed consistent for so long that it doesn't affect me as much. Like, I don't go on a big yo-yo. I don't gain 20 pounds over the summer and then try to take it off in the winter, and then gain 25 pounds the next summer and then try to take it off and then gain 30 pounds the next summer. I always stay consistent because I'm always making sure that 90% of the time I'm doing the right thing, which is exercise and nutrition. And then I'm okay with doing the wrong thing or partying or whatever you want to call it 10, 15% of the time, because it doesn't affect me as much as if you are stable and consistent more than you're not, it's not going to affect you as bad, right? So this is really, really focusing on that. And we're going to include easy meal plans, grocery lists for those meal plans, weekly check-ins, in-body scans to make sure, hey, what happened over the course of the challenge? Did you lose weight? Did you gain muscle? Did you lose body fat? All that type of stuff. And we're helping you stay accountable in a group type setting. So we're going to have Zoom meetings on some evening in the night or evening in the weekday, and we're going to have group accountability, group chats, and Q&A, and then what the next week is going to look like. And it's all built out, and it's going to be run by our new nutrition coach, Sunny, which is super awesome, and we're very, very excited to have her on. This will be our first time running like more of a group accountability session. And we've just realized that in the group setting for nutrition, it really helps, because sometimes in your nutrition journey, and not saying that one-on-one nutrition is bad, I'm just saying sometimes people do better in a group setting because they know that, hey, maybe I'm not the only one that craves ice cream or M&Ms at nighttime. Like, I'm not just this lone person in the world and everybody else is doing better than me. But the ultimate is one-on-one group or one-on-one nutrition coaching, because you get that you get your macronutrients, you get your coach's guidance, everything. It's one-on-one, it's tailored to you. But I'm just saying, for the big majority of the gym where that may not be feasible financially or whatever, a group setting can work just as well. And this is exactly why we do those two things in fitness. We have a group setting for people that really thrive in the group. And then we have semi-private fitness for people that really thrive in that, hey, I want some type of group, but I don't want a big group. I want more personalized. And then we have that one-on-one coaching where it's, hey, it's me and the coach. He's got my back, she's got my back, and they know what they're doing, and they got the plan, and I just have my time with them, and that's what I want, right? This challenge is going to help create a foundation of nutrition that people can carry forward and make sure that their holiday seasons feel less daunting. That's the biggest thing, right? As we're going into these holiday seasons, you're going to be meeting with your families. There's going to be lots of holidays, lots of candy, lots of sugar, lots of drinking, lots of carbohydrates. And it can be very, very stressful for people. They're like, I know I'm going to just gain a bunch of weight. We're going to give you the foundation and the tools to help mitigate that. And if you need extra help afterwards, feel free to continue on with one-on-one coaching. And if this group type nutrition setting works really well, we're thinking about keeping it. So we've heard really good things in the industry about it with our mentorship program and other gyms around the world that have used it. And we're willing to give it a shot because it's been tried and true and tested. And we're still going to have our one-on-one nutrition coaching as well. We're just going to also offer this as well for people that thrive in that group setting, right? And when you're doing the group setting, it makes the price point slightly better. And so it's easier for people to be like, hey, I can jump on board with that. I'm not breaking the bank to do nutrition. Again, it's all about what works best for you, what works best for your time schedule, and what works best for your budget. And that's why we have different options with fitness and then nutrition as well. And also at the same time frame, we ran this program last year, and it was our Total Transform Mobility program. It's 8 weeks long, 2 days, Tuesday, Thursdays at 7 a.m. Head coach Mike runs it. He's a mobility expert, and it blew up, and it was awesome. And we're running it again. So mobility and strength training really go hand in hand. You have to do outside mobility if you're going to do strength training. It helps you in the gym with better performance, and it helps you with everyday movements. And of course, we also integrate some type of strength training in there as well. So we're going to work on a specific mobility movement, and then we're going to do some strength training as well. This program really focuses on improving specific movements and positions each day, like squatting, hinging, overhead movements, and stuff like that. We start out with a range of motion tests and then practicing various mobility techniques such as joint capsulation mobilization, soft tissue work, and a bunch of different stretching. Not to get into different terms that you may not know, because you don't really need to. You just know that, hey, whatever we're doing, we've done all the research. We geek out on all this stuff all day long. That's what we love and are passionate about. And we're just here to deliver the results to you, which is getting in better mobility and better shape and having a better quality of life. So the program follows up with mobility work, with strength exercises as well. I just said that. Reinforcing the improvements. So we go through a range of motion. We say, oh, you're limiting range of motion in here. That's going to also limit what your strength looks like. So if you can't put your hand directly over the top of your head, that's going to affect anything that you're going to be able to put over your head, whether that's your kiddo, you're trying to put your luggage in the overhead compartment in the plane, you're trying to grab something off the top shelf, whether you're trying to lift a barbell, a kettlebell, or a dumbbell, it's going to affect that, right? So we find out where the mobility limitations are, and then we work on the mobility, and then we retest to build up strength in that mobility. Because you can just stretch all day long, but if you don't reiterate and say, hey, body, I need you to move in this specific way again, like you used to, but you got super tight or because you're injured or you just didn't do any mobility work, and now I'm asking you to do that range of motion, it's going to tell the brain, hey, cool, I don't need to tighten up again because I'm loose. I know I can move in that position, and now I'm going to own that position by going into strength, right? That's really what it is. This program is really committed to making you better, move better, have less pain, enhance strength in key areas of the body, which just won't help you in the gym. It's going to help you in everyday life and whatever sport that you are doing. If you do any sports, and if you don't do any sports, that's okay too. Maybe I don't know, maybe you just like to walk around, maybe you like to hike, maybe you like to just feel better. That's what the program is meant for. So that's, again, Tuesday, Thursdays at 7 o'clock. It's an 8-week program. You don't necessarily have to be in the whole program like every time. So if you can only make one day a week or whatever, that's okay too. We will work with you on that, and we can give you some homework outside of it. We also have some clients that are online, and they're doing this mobility course online, and I think it's awesome as well. So if you guys are interested in that, just let us know. Shoot us an email. I'll put email in the show notes here. But yeah, anyway, I want to just wrap this up today, give you guys a short episode today. But this fall, let's commit to prioritizing your health, and I want you to just think, reset. Don't let yourself fall into that trap of, oh, I let the summer go and now I'm just going to continue to let everything go. And then you're going to be so much farther back than you were, right? Join us this fall, with our nutrition program, our nutrition challenge, and our mobility transformation program. They're designed to help you refocus, get back on your crap, stop lying to yourself. If you don't get back in the gym today, it's probably going to be 3, 6, 8, 10 months, maybe even longer. Man, I had this person, I'm going to tell you a quick story. I had this client that were so on their fitness, and we loved it. They had lost a bunch of pounds. They gained a bunch of muscle. They were moving great. They were feeling great. We even had a testimonial from them. They were like, I've never felt better in my life. They took a vacation. So they paused they canceled their membership, because we don't really offer pauses. They say, hey, this is cancel, and you come back when you're ready. They canceled their membership for a month-long journey. I reach out to them, and this was 2 years ago now, maybe even longer. It was a summertime thing. They said they're coming back September 1. Oh, I'm coming back. It's a busy season in my life. I'm going to go on vacation. It's a busy summer. It's been 2.5 years I contacted them. They still have not gotten back to a gym. They haven't done anything. They gained all their weight back, and I'm really trying. I am calling these people. I'm texting them. I'm emailing them. I really want this person to come back to the gym, and I don't want you to be this person. So get back on the crap. Get back on the wagon. It's okay. Nobody's upset about you leaving. We only want the best for you, and the only way to do that is I can lead you to the horse to water. I can't make him drink. I can lead you to the gym. I can't make you work out. And also, if you're on the fence about these programs, remember, They're really structured and they're supportive and they're easy to follow and they're easy to get going on, and we help you every single step of the way, right? So if you have any other questions about this, reach out to us, email us. Most people that listen to this podcast know they're on our email list and that type of stuff. So email us and just let us know that, we're here to help you. And, guys, just remember, you are capable of so much more than you think. Your brain is the weak link here, right? Your body says, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. And your brain goes, no, I don't think so. I think I'm going to go lay down a little bit, or I think I'm not going to go to the gym. I think I'm going to scroll on TikTok or Facebook. And, I get this all the time. Hey, I'm going to wait for a less busy time in my life to get started. That's like saying, I want heat out of my furnace before I hook electricity up to it, or I want to get heat out of my wood stove before I go wood cutting. Like, you got to do the work first before you actually get there. And the best time for you to actually start a fitness routine or a nutrition routine is when you're super busy. Why? Because we're going to give you all the support. And when life's going to get less busy, you're going to be set up for success. So if things are kind of like, I don't know if I can do it, like, challenge yourself a little bit. I think in this world, everything's so easily gotten. Information is at the fingertips. You can go to the grocery store and get food anytime you want. You can Uber Eats anything to your house. You can even Uber weed to your house, right? You can get alcohol to your house. You can get everything to you without you having to do anything. That it makes it really difficult for people to challenge themselves. I challenge you to come out and do something good and productive with your life. And for those who have already been doing that, challenge yourself a little bit more. This podcast is not always just about people that haven't been doing anything. This is about you. Hey, if on the programming, it says, hey, maybe 10 reps, maybe challenge yourself and do 12 this week. Maybe if you're feeling good with 2 times personal training sessions, maybe add 1 in a month. Maybe go for a little bit longer hike. I'm getting ready to, in about 5 days, I think from now, I'm getting ready to do something that has scared the crap out of me for a long time. And I'm actually really nervous about it going into this. And by the time you guys hear this podcast, I will not have done it because this is coming out Friday and I'm doing this Sunday. But I'm going to hike a mountain called the South Sister. It's 10,980 feet. And you gain 5,000 feet of elevation in 6 miles. And it's really steep, and I've heard it's very difficult. I'm a little nervous about it, especially because there's some snow on the top already, and I don't know how that's going to go. So I'm just going to, put my big boy pants on. I'm going to go with some friends that have done it before. And I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. And I hope that I'm not the weak link and the person that causes everybody to slow down or have to turn around. But I'm gonna do my best. And I feel like I'm not 100% where I want to be, but I've been doing a lot of prep. Been hiking the Butte a couple times, 3 or 4 times a month. We've been wearing weighted vests to make it harder. We've been trying to push the time frame each week, trying to make it harder. Been riding my bike to work a lot, and that's really hard. I've been doing extra cardio. I've been lifting heavier, been eating cleaner. I've been trying to lose a little bit of weight, so it makes it easier on me. So I think that all in all, it will probably be okay. But again, I'm going to do something that scares me a lot. So and I'm challenging myself. I'm challenging myself to do something I've never done before. And I think that's really good. So I hope you guys do the same this coming fall. And if you guys are ready, hit us up. We can do a consultation. We will make sure that you are taken care of every step of the way. And if you're already with us and you want to try something crazy like hiking a big mountain or whatever, hit us up with a goal review. That's a huge advantage to our gym that I would say I don't think any gym here in Central Oregon does, and probably 80-90% of the gyms in the world don't do, is every 90 days we sit down with our clients. They don't have to, but we try. We push it really hard. And we just want to know where you're going next, right? What's happening next? Is it a new PR? Is it a powerlifting meet? Is it a weightlifting meet? Do you want to go do hood to coast? Do you want to climb a mountain? Do you want to get jacked and tan? Whatever it is, we can help you with all aspects of that. but we can't help you if we don't know where you want to go. So if you are a member of us currently and you haven't done a goal review, it's been a while, hit us up, email us, let us know you want to meet with one of your coaches, and we can help build you the plan to get to your goals that you want to get to. All right, guys. Hey, again, I just want to reiterate, you are stronger than you think, and go out there and take some action today, and we will see you on the next podcast. Thanks for joining us on the Go Heavy or Go Home podcast today. We hope you got a lot of value and had a ton of fun. If you guys want to learn a little bit more about what we do, or just have a ton of resources at your fingertips, head over to benstrengthwarehouse.com and hit the Start My Journey button. All right, guys, until next time, go heavy or go home.